Salut tout le monde, on se retrouve aujourd'hui pour un nouvel épisode, le 67ème. Il aurait dû sortir la semaine dernière mais malheureusement j'ai eu un problème donc j'ai sorti une autre vidéo en urgence pour dire qu'il y a une vidéo qui sort et que vous ayez quelque chose le dimanche. Et j'ai eu un problème de son, à mon avis ma carte son, mon ordinateur a pas détecté ou il y a une mise à jour qui a pas été faite, du coup la vidéo je l'ai mais sans le son. Donc c'était pas intéressant de vous la poster comme ça. Bon, on n'a pas raté grand chose à part le fait qu'on a progressé dans la ville de Sumeru, il y a eu pas mal de blabla. Donc là, bah, on est dans le grand bazar et on prépare un spectacle. Voilà, on se retrouve on va tout de suite continuer la mission. Tiens, j'ai bégayé un petit peu là. Donc à mon avis, là on prend des éléments sur le spectacle et comment ça va se faire. Hop, 1 sur 5 normalement. Ok, parfait. Donc on va parler un petit peu à tout le monde. Si c'est un peu long, je ferai... Ah, si c'est un peu long, je ferai une ellipse, mais bon, ça a l'air d'être assez... Voilà, plus que 2. Et il faut savoir que la fille qui nous fait préparer ce spectacle est recherchée par les gardes de la ville de Sumeru. Voilà, c'est celle qui... Bah, c'est celle-ci, voilà, justement. Et celle que j'ai parlé en troisième, c'est sa garde. Donc voilà pour les informations que je peux vous donner. Donc du coup cette semaine il y aura donc la vidéo du vendredi sera destinée à Genshin et celle du dimanche aussi. Comme ça au moins on rattrapera l'épisode de la semaine dernière. C'est ce que je peux faire de mieux de toute manière.
Only ever seen her behind the counter at the Adventurers Guild. This is the first time we've ever seen her taking a break. Hey, Catherine!
Huh? Oh, hey! It's the Traveler in Paimon!
Whoa! Break time Catherine sure sounds a lot less formal than usual.
J'ai jamais remarqué qu'il nous appelait le voyageur dans le jeu.
Standing behind the counter at the
C'est
Adventurers
seulement là que
Guild,
je...
saying and doing the same old things over and over again can get pretty monotonous. Like watching the same Fontaine movie, but take YouTube for example.
Well, we enjoy traveling across Tibet and all that.
Yes, you should...
Huh. Haven't we heard someone say something pretty similar recently?
No, not particularly. I guess you could say that... Oh...
Alright, we'll see you next time at the Adventurers Guild. Oh,
I'm sure you two will get along well with the people here.
There's something...
Hey, Traveler.
Oh, hey, Dia. What's...
I've got something to tell ya. My lady knows you're looking for ways to meet lesser...
Are you serious?
It might not necessarily pan out, so don't get your hopes up too much. I'll need to take you to... my lady is feeling a little worn out at the moment.
Sounds like a plan.
Allez go.
Let's head over to the Citadel of Razor and wait for Dia.
Sorry, I'm late. It took some Anyway, I guess I should be thanking you. I haven't seen Miss Dunyarzad that happy in a...
You sure sound a whole lot nicer than when we first met, Dia.
It's called being a professional. I'm...
Look!
Listen, I don't expect to be working for Miss Dunyarzad very long, but I hope to finish things on a positive note if possible. Let's cut the chit-chat and head into the Citadel. We'll see if... Oh, hey, Chief.
On l'a déjà rencontré lui dans la dernière vidéo.
What are you doing here? And well, didn't expect to see you three.
I take it you all know each other already?
Mm-hmm. We met this morning after the adventure.
No kidding. Huh. So,
Rookshaw's gone over to the Academia. The Grand Sage recently ordered... since you've already mentioned...
appreciate it, Chief.
Set?
Just recently, the Academia lost something. And there's a chance the item is connected with the Dendro Arc.
I suppose that's one way to look at it. Let me fill you in. The Academia recently... The Grand
Ouais, moi je suis
Sage
prêt à
took the
récupérer le
whole
collier
matter
important.
very serious.
You two have heard of Port Ormos. The Academia's grip isn't long enough to reach all the way to Port Ormos. So the city's a little...
Apparently what was lost has a great deal to do with the Akash. If you're interested, maybe you could head to Port Ormos.
Are you serious, Chief? All the Academia students are in Sumeru.
If you're also interested.
Count me out. I've got plenty of work. And take it from me. If you two really do decide to visit Port Ormos, you best... There are even some extremists who go around shouting...
You
Ok.
bet they are.
Bon allez, on va leur casser la
Everyone's
bouche.
like me, Chief. Well, traveler, that's about...
Thanks, Tia! And you too, since we've gathered all we could for the moment in Sumeru's...
Miss Dunyarzad is looking forward to seeing you both at the Sub-Zeru's Fest. Good. Then we'll see you both at the Sub-Zeru...
Allez, go. Bon. Bah vous savez quoi, on va faire une ellipse, comme ça on se rend au port et on se retrouve juste après. Donc voilà, on se retrouve dans le port. J'ai découvert la statue de Seth pour pouvoir voir la map. Et donc là, on est arrivé à destination. Ça a été plutôt rapide.
Come and have a good look yourself.
You've got...
Believe me, I'm not making this.
Wow! Talk about hurly-burly! Ooh. Let's get our bear. We know that whatever the Academia... Oswald Paimon doesn't get it. Won't we look even more suspicious going around saying we're at... Well, given all the people that come...
Allez, c'est parti. Bon, comme à chaque fois, on va prendre en priorité ça. Hop, comme ça on peut respawn pas trop loin. C'est parti. Bon, c'est pareil, si le blabla dure un peu trop longtemps.
Hi there. We would like to ask...
Of course. Especially around this time of year. Many people often talk about how hard it is to get accepted into the Academia. Let alone grad. Sure, we may not be Sumeru City. You see over there?
Bon, on va aller sûrement les
Those are
interroger alors.
students from the Academia. They've been looking worried and miserable ever since they got here a few... If you ask me, the life of a
It's no good. I've tried asking around, but I haven't been able to learn anything useful. Not to mention,
There's been a lot of fighting between the different Eremite factions in Port Ormos. If we choose to move on our own, then it would be wise to steer clear, especially the group that's constantly shouting some stuff about King Deshret and some resurrection. I've even heard that they're called Ain el Akhmar. Today,
wait, come again?
Don't you see? Many of the Eremites in Port Ormos deal with... They're usually pretty wary of outsiders, but not so with students of the Academia. It's because the kind of goods... I've heard that Ain el-Hakmar likes to set up shop at the Jafar Tavern. Supposedly...
Wait, did you say 500,000? If information alone costs that much, then how could we ever afford to...
I wouldn't worry too much. Our field of research is very niche. Who else could possibly be after that kind of shit?
Well, I guess that makes sense. Then the only thing left for us now is to...
Whoa! Did you hear that? So, what's our plan? Wait! Didn't you hear what they just said? Buying information is going to cost us 500,000 mora! Have you lost your... Oh, alright. Paimon never thought...
Je sais pas si c'est la meilleure solution que j'ai prise, mais bon, on va essayer. J'aurais peut-être pu faire plus simple, c'est vrai, mais...
This is the place we heard those students talking about.
Please, take a seat. So, they think that they can go toe-to-toe with the boss? Huh! Once we reach...
They're nothing to be afraid of. Our main rival...
How can the Caracal Battalion compete with the boss when they're nothing but a bunch of money-grubbing
Yeah, with boss's fervent devotion.
Huh. All these guys talk about is King Deshret.
Greater Lord Ruka Devata. That traitor and her followers must not be spared. The day will come when King Deshret exacts vengeance on Sumeru, and all of them shall be punished.
Yeah, Paimon was wondering what they meant too. We...
Allez, go.
Huh? Who are you?
Désolé, je coupe mon micro parce que...
A student? What's a student from Sumeru City doing in Port?
J'ai dit que j'étais une étudiante parce que je m'y fie moi.
Ah, well, if it's info you want, you've come to the right place. The question is, can you afford it? Huh? What?
Oh! Sorry! She must have grabbed the wrong amount!
500 000 c'est beaucoup.
What do you think you're doing? Paimon can't stand this. He's so much more...
Here, this is the merchant's address. Whatever you're looking for, you'll find it there. Hmm? Well, what are you waiting for?
Oh, that's right! We heard you mention King Deshret just now.
Fine. Since you've already handed over the Mora, as you can see, members of Ain al-Ahmar are devout. Years ago, King Deshret founded the great desert nation that was our homeland. King Deshret was the rightful god of wisdom, but he was betrayed by a companion he trusted. She even
So, you...
Greater Lord Ruka Devata, yes.
Ok.
That shameless wretch destroyed King Deshret's civilization. And furthermore, she conspired with the Academia to cover up the truth. But the story doesn't end there, oh no. King Deshret isn't true. Mark my words, our god shall return. And when that, if what I'm saying makes you shiver with fear, it might not be too late for you to become a believer of King Deshret. I don't have anything to say to you Academia people about that. I think this conversation has reached its end.
Not just yet. This man is a fraud.
Huh?
You again? Deranged Academia.
Yes, it's me again. I already warned you that if you weren't willing to sit and discuss... Listen to me. That address he gave you is fake. Or at least, you won't find a merchant waiting for you there. Once you show up, they keep up the act until they have hard evidence that you want to purchase said item. Then they...
Hey! Shut it all, Hatham! What are you playing at, trying to ruin our business?
I told you the other day.
Ha! The boss made it
Yes, and in no uncertain terms.
I'm warning you. Don't push us, or this could get ugly. We don't...
If you're suggesting that we escalate this from a verbal exchange to a physical one, I accept. After all, if, on the other hand, we can't agree on any means of negotiation at all, I will jeopardize the Eremite's reputation, which I know you... I am quite confident that if I began to take such action, your boss would willingly approach me himself. How... Also, a word of advice. I suggest you tell your boss exactly what happened here.
What did you...
Consider this. Have I ever failed to follow through on my word?
This guy is really out of his mind.
Okay, then. If you really have a death wish, let's meet a week from today. The pier in front of the Pharos
Voilà,
Lighthouse,
là,
4 o'clock
on
in the
va aller à
afternoon
4 heures
sharp.
demain.
Don't expect us to hold back.
Not so fast. First, you return the 500,000 Mora to them.
Et hop les. On va peut-être se faire taper un peu sur les doigts.
Please, I beg you, don't provoke them. We can't afford any trouble with this crowd. They haven't even paid for their food.
Ah, Mr. Iman. There appears to be fewer staff in the restaurant recently. Someone who chooses to do business with a group like that really can't afford to get so flustered the instant someone confronts them about it. Consider the meal compensation for our silence. I'd say you're
Il a
getting
peur,
an
Bougon,
excellent
hein?
deal.
Whoa, did you see that? He not only got us a bus, he seems to know a lot about what's going...
y a beaucoup de
What do you
discussions.
want? No need for thanks. My goal was to get to them, and you two gave me just the opportunity. Oh, I advise you to keep your distance from them, since they weren't able to make off with your Mora in the end. Alright, goodbye.
Hold your horses! We still... Since you took...
Who exactly are you two? And why are you a student? Right. Look, you should know that those thugs conducting business with you had nothing to do with your lie.
Huh? Oh, yeah! She's really strong! Weren't you...
She doesn't even have a vision.
Maybe not, but she can still use elemental energy. Otherwise, there's no way those high-headed thugs are definitely gonna bring a lot of backup for you.
Alright, I accept. Got a pen and paper? We'll reconvene at the appointed time by the pier. It doesn't matter if you show up or not.
So, since you were happy to give us this merchant's
You were willing to part with 500,000 Mora for something and you didn't even know what it was? Okay. Well, if you truly are as skilled as you claim, then you can beat the answer out of them. Look, if you've been making inquiries, then you have to know something by now. Tell me what you know so far, so I don't waste time repeating.
We know it's connected to the Academia somehow, and that not only do the Eremites deal...
You know almost everything there is to know, but you're unable to compile this information because you've never seen the object before. This is what you've been looking for.
Ok.
Paimon can't tell what it is.
This is a knowledge capsule. To put it simply, it's a vessel that can store a fixed quantity. Anyone who links it to their personal Akasha terminal instantly becomes privy to its contents. Correct. Anyone. Unlike the Akasha, which heavily regulates...
That's amazing.
It's essentially a convenient and harmless vestibule for knowledge. Unfortunately, it's illegal in Sumeru. They were created as a means for scholars to transfer knowledge gained from Irminsul into the Akasha. But despite strict regulations, some of these knowledge capsules will always escape destruction. Over the past century, a wide variety of canned knowledge
Ça parle beaucoup hein, dans cet arc. J'espère qu'il va y avoir un peu plus d'action parce que...
Well, I think that about sums it up. So that's your true objective. With our current arrangement, I don't believe I can offer an answer. You're still resolved. Fine. Let's...
Bon, on va à l'endroit moins peuplé. Et après je pense que on mettra un terme à la vidéo pour avoir la suite dimanche.
Let's continue our conversation here. If you wish to learn more about the knowledge capsule that the Academia lost, then you must... I need you to find someone named Dory, a traveling merchant. Unlike the peddlers who hawk inferior knowledge capsules, she often has quality goods in stock. She's guarded against people from the Academia because most of her wares don't... I think she blacklisted me. I met with her informant, but it's become one of Dory's customers and earn her trust. This...
Why do you want us to meet with her?
Until you complete this task, you don't have question privileges.
Fine.
You two are outlanders who haven't been here for long, so Dory should view you as safe clients. I'll give you the informant's address. Beyond the password, though, I have no way of knowing what other tricks she might have up her sleeve. You'll have to improvise.
This is kind of nerve-wracking.
The true challenge begins after you meet her. She has a keen nose for Mora and a shrewd eye for wares. I'll prepare some funds for you. Buy her highest quality...
What? We only just saw a knowledge capsule for the first time. We don't know how to...
That's true. Have you two heard of elemental sight? Oh, that's a surprise. Guess I'll have to hold... Here are 2 knowledge capsules. Tell me, can you detect any difference in their quality?
They look the same to...
Try inspecting them with elemental sight.
How'd it go? Did you see anything?
Rumor has it that higher quality knowledge capsules generally appear brighter when viewed through elemental sight. That's because knowledge originates from Irminsul, the root of Dendro power itself. The more powerful. However, some canned knowledge with a high concentration of elemental energy is of using elemental sight is merely a stopgap measure, but it should suffice for earning Dory's trust.
That sounds pretty impressive.
Here's a sheet with the informant's location and contact password, and here is the mora for purchasing canned knowledge. Don't be cheap. You'll need to spend to catch Dory's eye. If there's any mora left over, just keep it. Oh, and be sure to exercise some caution. There have been Matra present in Port Ormos lately.
Matra?
They belong to the Academia's regulatory body. They also handle cases of illegal. The Matra are razor sharp. You're in for nothing good if they lock their sights onto you. If you two want to back out, okay, then we have a deal. If you succeed in your dealings with Dory.
Bon bah voilà. Donc on aura dans l'épisode du dimanche, on ira chercher Dory, on essayera de l'amadouer. Et ce sera à peu près tout, je pense que ça prendra pas mal de temps. Sur ce, moi je vous dis à dimanche. Passez un bon week-end d'ici là. Et ciao!